Citizen Television.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. This is episode 501. This is the one for Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas. Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. The moon's in Taurus in Western Zodiac today. It's an exalted moon. That's also about Venus on a Venus day, so it's good. And we're moving closer to transformation. You know, I mean, one of the things where when I'm looking at Mercury and the Sun is like they're in the lunar mansion of Mula, which is the root of things, getting to the root of things, you know, and that's like when you talk Democrat, Republican, this and that, you're not really at the root of things. You're just at the sideshow that they've provided for us, you know, the oppressor to make you think, oh yeah, one's for you, one's not, you know. And you know, I don't think we'll after what we saw in the 2016 election, I don't think we'll ever get fooled again, you know. That was, boy, what a shice show. And even this, I mean, it really wasn't like regular people had a choice. It just happened, you know. That's kind of it. I mean, you had a choice whether you voted or not, I suppose, but it's like, let's see, you get to vote. One vote is for dying by death by the gas chamber. The other one's the electric chair. Which one do you feel better about? You know. Okay. One will be death by starvation. The other one will be death by the medical establishment. It's hard to feel good about either one. I mean, I have heard people say I'd rather starve than, you know, so I get that. But, you know, before I do this, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah. Om Brahma Mira Striparan Takare Banusha Shiva Misuto Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra Shani Rahu Keteva Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu. That's my little prayer to the planets. So for Aries, you're engrossed in action. You're engrossed in moving forward and taking on new responsibility and acting independently. I'd say a word about vaccines and experiments. I highly recommend people go to a website called Children's Defense Fund and check out some of the stuff that Robert Kennedy Jr. has an excellent interview with this woman named Vera, who is a Holocaust survivor. She's got some really interesting things to say. And there's just a lot more embarrassment of our alleged moral high ground. I think that's mostly what I got out of that. But, you know, for you, Aries, you're going to make out like a bandit on Christmas Day. You're going to be doing good. At least you'll be either helping family or, you know, getting appreciation from family. You got some interesting things to say and share. Your spiritual life looks good right now, that you're paying attention to it. Saturn and Jupiter in the 11th house. There's going to be new social opportunities for you. All the planets in Capricorn right now. It's about career. It's about working out your karma in public. That's what's important. Okay. And it's all about you, Taurus. Well, to be an earth sign, especially Taurus right now. So, when I look at Saturn in the 10th house with Jupiter, I think it's pretty good together. It's like we're going to have discipline, but we're going to have fun. This is kind of like work hard, play hard when you have Saturn and Jupiter together. That's not so bad. We have Venus in the 8th house. So ask other people for favors. Don't work it from your own angle. See what they want. Help others. But also be open to other people helping you. And the Sun, Pluto, and Mercury in the 9th house. I mean, this is a time for magical transformation. This is a time where you can put your best foot forward. And it's like your relationship with the public somehow is meeting your personal ambitions at this point. It's not a bad thing. And, I mean, you might have some secret enemies you got to watch out for. I mean, who doesn't, right? You know, I mean, there's always somebody that doesn't like that you know what they're up to, and you might blow the deal on their plan. Yeah. You know who usually knows what's up with plans and things? Are artists. Because artists are creators. And creators are close to the mindset of the creator, herself, himself. You know, themselves, the divine parents. And so creative works often are prophetic. So keep looking to that. Greetings, Gemini. And welcome to your horoscope. You know, Geminis like to play. Geminis like poetry and songwriting, and some Geminis like science and math too. I mean, they often have their hands in a lot of different pieces of the pie. Now, Mercury's in Capricorn. Capricorn's your 8th house, so this is where you study the occult. This is where you study astrology. You know, we do this to get a glimpse. What's our future going to be like? What's this year looking like? Well, it looks like work hard, play hard. It looks to me like there's people who are extremely freedom-loving and extremely faith-based, but there's also people that are really security conscious and very discipline conscious, and they want everybody to play by rules, okay? You know, I mean, I live in California where people have a hard time using their turn signal. One of the easiest things to do is use a turn signal when you're going to change lanes or make a turn. And they don't do it because they're passive aggressive, or maybe it's broken. I don't know. They're selfish. You know, if that's you, stop. Use your turn signal. It's not only cars need to know that, but also pedestrians and bike riders. They need to know too. But you're in this place where this is a year for you to pursue wisdom. And Christmas is kind of about your karma. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect like lots of great stuff necessarily for you, but, you know, you might have gotten a debt to help other people who didn't appreciate what you got anyway. I mean, sometimes stuff is like that. All right. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So we've got Moon in Taurus. That's a great place for the moon. It's an exalted moon. It's in your 11th house. So there's some blessings there. So you're going to get some blessings, Cancer. Relationship-wise, you're in relationship. What I love about Vedic astrology is they say when a planet is in your 7th house, you're married to that planet. So right now you're married to the Sun, you're married to Mercury, and you're married to Pluto. Oh boy, that's a mix. You kind of have the Sun, and it's like, hey, I'm doing everything for you. At least you can do is go my way. Mercury's like, hey, I can give you some really keen information. You want to know where that gold is? I've got the treasure map. Pluto's like, treasure beyond measure. Ignore those people. Just give me something, and I'll give you something that's going to blow your mind that you never even expected. So that's what you're in relationship with. Most of the planets are all in the public houses, and so a lot of your focus is in the public at large, how you're going to do things. When we look at Saturn, Jupiter in the 8th house, it's like other people are making the rules, basically. And you feel like, I got to just follow, especially if you're like a restaurant or something like that. You've been shut down, you've been opened up, you're like wondering what the heck is hitting me. A lot of Cancers are really good cooks, and they get themselves into that kind of situation sometimes. But, you're finding peace of mind in spite of this, and you're doing things to make yourself look better, just little things, to improve your looks, even if you go use clothes shopping. Well, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. All right, so right now you're in a place where it's about hard work, it's about payback, it's about service to others, and it's taking on those challenging obstacles, those things that ultimately don't seem like fun, but they could ultimately improve your life if you address them, if you be disciplined with them. I was reading this really interesting thing about how to improve your life according to science. And a lot of it is just getting up early, having a routine, even if it's like a little bit of meditation or something, and then having a list, like writing down what you want to accomplish that day, and just spending 25 minutes on any task, and then take a 5-minute break. Then spend another 25 minutes, and keep that up. And then, eventually kick it for an hour after you've done 4 hours, and then go back to doing some more little tasks and getting things done. And just kind of Xing them out. Well, that sounds great. Spending time writing helps too. It's a wild world. It's kind of unpredictable. You love Christmas. You're a generous person by nature. You like to help other people. You like to inspire them. You want to make them happy. Now, for you, this is a year of partnership where there's going to have to be some kind of discipline and restrictions, because you're kind of restricted once you're in a relationship because the other person wants to see you. And it's like, well, I was thinking of doing something else right now. Oh, gosh, they want me to come over. Oh, boy. What am I going to do? You know what I mean? I want to keep the relationship. I wish they were as happy doing their own thing as I am. Well, I think that's part of the nature of men and women too. Well, we've got Venus in the 5th house, and so your love life is opening up. And then with Jupiter and Saturn in the 7th house, I could see like really cool things happening to you. Right now there's some obstacles and things seem a little bit tough, but there's generally improvement, especially if you focus on the spiritual, focus on what is really uplifting. And then take some calculated risk in an unknown territory. And I think things are going to get better. Things will improve. Okay. All right. Well. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So Mercury is now in the 5th house. Wow. That's great. That means that you're on the love train in a sense, and that means that you're actually making money through your art. You're making money through working your creative skills, and that you see a lot of hope in your children, and that they're doing better, and that you're wanting to support them and bring good things forward in their life. That's a beautiful thing. For Virgo right now, most of the planets are all in relationship. So it's all about other people right now. And I think you're in your heart, though. That's the beautiful part right now, is you're in your heart. There is some transformation. There is some money coming in. But you're rocking it. And health-wise, you got to work on health issues. Be disciplined. You know, Saturn's all about the discipline with it. And Jupiter is a reward that comes with discipline. Neptune in the relationship. Spiritual relationship, best relationship. Couple that prays together, stays together. Mars in the 8th house. There is an impatience involving other people's activity and their energy and the way they do stuff. You can't own them, you know, so you have to let go. You have to get to that place where, like, well, what can I really do? And it's hard sometimes because if you're in a workplace, it affects your life, and if you don't know what your schedule is or something, it's frustrating. Moon and Uranus in the 9th house. You know, it's like anything could happen today, and it should be of good fortune, and it should surprise you, and it should be pleasant. All right. So, greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. All right. So, what we're seeing here is Venus is in Sagittarius, so that's the 3rd house. So that's like falling in love with the girl next door. Oh, she was a sweetheart in high school, and suddenly she's back there with me. All right. The other thing is we have the moon and Uranus in the Venus ruled sign of Taurus in your 8th house. You know, it's like unusual things happen sometimes. And, you know, you're known for being kind of attractive and loving to engage with other people in romance. And so sometimes there could be surprise romance. Right now you're kind of in your heart space, like trying to get in touch with your feelings, get in touch with your mother or parents. And but like as far as like your art projects and stuff go, you know, you've got a plan, and you're going to fulfill that plan because you just got to do it. That's the word for now. All right. So, greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. So we've got Mars in the 6th house, and like I said last week, this is about disciplining yourself to exercise more and to take on projects that make your life better, that get rid of evil. It's, you know, it's like you're pulling out the weeds of your life, and you're clearing a space that you can build that garden you've always wanted. That's important. We've got Venus in the 2nd house. So you're able to sweet talk people. I mean, you kind of need to avoid the sweets just because, you know, they can put on those extra holiday pounds, and it's just so miserable when you're sitting around. You get a gut, and it's just like it hurts your back because there's like all this weight pressing on your lower back because of this extra thing, you know, and you can't see your junk, and it's, you know, it's just weird. But you know, you're in a place right now where friendships really count. Writing, poetry, working with your hands, that's going to help you right now. Having fun with your spiritual life, making a deck of holy cards. Moon and Uranus in the 7th house. I mean, you could end up with a sudden, exciting relationship, even on Christmas Day. How do you like that? And North Node in the 8th house. I mean, it's kind of like you desire something deep, but you're also like, it's kind of like why we go on a roller coaster. We like to get scared. You know, we like thrills. You know, we like things that challenge us. But I think since like the, you know, Venus and, well, we'll see what happens here. You know, Venus is kind of close to the South Node, to K2. So, you know, relationships from the past could get rekindled. Well, greetings Sagittarius and welcome to your horoscope. Um, it's like, Sagittarius is sort of like the gamer of the zodiac. Loves sports, loves games, loves travel, loves adventure, loves a variety of things. Right now with Venus there, you probably love a lot of people, and a lot of people love you. They're really looking to you for encouragement, and maybe you currently idealize a certain type of beauty. I think of like famous Sagittarius Jane Fonda. She was a beautiful woman, Barbarella, and even as she was middle-aged, she had a workout book to stay in shape and look great, and middle-aged women that stay in shape are, they're fetching Colleen's, they're beautiful women, and you're in a more introspective state right now. It's kind of like you're hunkering down for the winter, looking within. Capricorn time can bring money. Jupiter's in the third house, so you're enjoying your neighborhood, your friends, your siblings, communication. And I mean, there needs to be a healing, perhaps, among your siblings and among old friends. And you've got a lot of energy to do creative work. This weekend, and today in particular, it's sort of like, pick up the wrapping paper and the dishes, clean up during the party or celebration, whatever it is. That will be helpful. And then we move it on over to good old Capricorn. All right. So, greetings Capricorn, welcome to your horoscope. Saturn's just moved into your second house. And Jupiter's there too. So it's like slow money. It's working hard and saving your pennies. And it's also about working wisely with your family members and different things that happen. Oh, this one family member's a problem. This one family member's selfish. How are we going to negotiate this? How are we going to work this out? You're restless. You're a little bit stir crazy with Mars in the fourth house. It's like, oh, I want to move. I want to go someplace. This doesn't feel necessarily like where I need to be, but I'm here. But the moon in the fifth house, it's like this is a loving, generous, open-hearted Christmas day, and you're feeling it. You're wanting to make something good happen, and keep working towards having better health. That's the thing that's underestimated. Is like get outside a lot, exercise when you can, eat right, lots of fruits and vegetables, drink a lot of water. All of this is going to pay off, and you're getting good insights. All right. Well, greetings Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So, one thing I'm thinking about with Saturn and Jupiter in the first house is slow down. Slow down. When you speed through things, you'll make mistakes. When you don't see something, you're going to end up having to do it over again. That's what actually happened with this segment. Is that, we saw a warning, there was like this white thing on the screen, and oh no, we just kind of moved on, and then we ended up having to do it over again. If we had just slowed down and did it right there, we wouldn't have to have done it again, and that's the thing here. It's like, slow down and do it right, so you don't have to do it twice. That's why there's that little parable about the tortoise and the hare. The hare's like, oh, I got this. And he goes, takes a nap. Turtle somehow makes it. Passes him by. And it reminds me of the old Vedic proverb of Ganesha, the elephant-headed child, and his brother, and who could circle the universe quicker than the other one. And all Ganesha did was circle his parents. He said, well, I circled my parents. That's the whole universe. And because of that wisdom, he won first place in spite of the other brother going all around the world. Yeah. And Mars is in your third house, Aquarius, so that's a place of courage. This is, and I've talked about this before. This is good news. You're able to make good moves at this time. Now, I mean, like I said, it's still 12th house period with the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto there, and so it's kind of like it's best to lay low. Even though you've got a lot of courage, you don't want to be part of your own undoing, which is really, really, really easy to do right now. And then Venus in the 11th house. There's a little bit of luxury, there's a little bit of wealth, there's a little bit of love being shown to you. It's a good kind of love. It's a wiser love. Moon in the 4th house today. You're all about your feelings. There's a lot of sentiment going on today. And if your mother's still alive and you're with her, consider that a blessing and an inspiration. And love your parents while you have them, because you don't have them forever. All right. Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. So, here's the deal. Capricorn rules your 11th house. So that's helpful friends. Sometimes that's older siblings. It's also planning for the future. And it's also rewards we get from taking the good advice of our father or the good advice of our guru, how we put it out there in the world. So there's some success to it. We shine in our obligatory of our obligations in the 10th house. In the 11th house, it's less about our obligations, but it's more about being able to apply our gifts that came from the heart, the gifts that came from the 5th house, and being able to put them in a place of relationship and make it work for yourself. You've got a good vision. You've got a lot of compassion. You want to avoid sharp objects near your face. That's kind of a weird thing to say. Sharp words. Try not to do that. It's better to be slow to speak at this time, even though you want to speak quickly. Get your words out. If you're with siblings this Christmas, you might surprise each other. One thing I've found, I've heard that siblings get more different as they get older, but I haven't seen that as much in my own personal family and tribe. I've seen we're coming to a oneness of wanting to understand each other, wanting to love each other more, wanting to encourage each other to do better things with our lives, wanting each other's success. That's where it's at right now. Your karma with overindulgence, your karma with restrictions. I mean, you're having to look at this. You're having to deal with this. It's not all fun. And but the thing is you're bringing beauty as you work into your karma. You're bringing this to other people, and you're taking steps. You're following your instincts, but you're also taking steps to create bigger and better, more happiness, and gosh, we're kind of in a what we call a Kalsarpa yoga, where all the planets are on one side of the chart right now, and that's kind of that's a big deal, folks. So if you feel like you're just getting one side of things and not the other, you probably are. But we're going to fix that. We're going to bring the other side of the story as we go on through the year and through the week. KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader, your cosmic forecast, your Jitoshi guru, astrologer, clown, friend. Like, subscribe, hit the ring the bell notification button. Please share this video with a friend. Love your comments. I'm looking forward to being with you again next week. We'll do this again.